Okay, we're going to get started on this. The first thing we're going to talk about is addition. This is basically just going to be a review from last year. So addition, and we're going to put this on to page 30. So got a nice little tab there, and I meant to say 29. Let's change that to 29. Say 29 through 30. So over here on this side, we're going to go ahead and put our title. Okay, and this year we said we're going to be working with just a little bit bigger numbers. We're basically adding a place value to what you worked on last year. We're going to be working from the hundreds place when we're doing addition and subtraction. And we'll just come up with a problem that that has a place value in the hundreds place. So we'll start off with 327. We'll do plus 454. And starting off right away with having to regroup. But we'll talk about that a little bit. So we got a couple different strategies or different ways to do the numbers. When we add, we don't do the linear equation like that. We always like to go ahead and stack our numbers up using the place value. And you've seen that from the video that we watched, the Brain Pop video, a little bit. So let's go ahead. Okay, and so when we do it, one thing we're going to learn to use this year is grid paper. So I went ahead and gave you some grid paper in y'all's packets this week. And if you don't have grid paper, that's okay. Just go ahead. Maybe you can draw some grids on there. Take your time. Try and make it neat. Okay, but when you take the STAR test, you're going to have, that's one of the things they provide for you is grid paper. And so we're going to learn to use it this year. So I'm going to go ahead and put my grid paper down there like that. You can see how easy it would be to just go ahead and draw you some lines and make you some grids right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put those numbers in our grids. Okay, and when we use grid paper, we're going to take our time and make sure that we don't, we're basically not, we're drawing all our digits in the squares. So I'll do 327 and 454. And you see how I drew my numbers nice and neat. Typically, that's the biggest problem I see third graders have is not taking their time, not lining up their place value, and they end up misadding because they're adding from the wrong place value. And I use my addition sign right there. So if I'm in the ones place right here, and you'll remember this from last year, we can't put a double-digit number in the ones place. So when we add 7 plus 4, that equals 11. So that means I'm going to put the ones place here, and I'm going to carry the tens place over the tens place. And then I have 5 plus 2 plus 1. 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. And then 3 plus 4 is 7. So, and actually that's 400 plus 300. This is 50 plus 20 plus 10. And this is actually 4 plus 7. So when I add those two numbers together, I get 781, or not 781, and 81, 781. Okay, the next way, we're going to do the same problem. The next way is going to be something we already did a little bit when we was talking about expanded notation. We're going to go ahead and turn our paper sideways. So basically going to do the same thing. Use the lines in our paper as a place value chart, really. So I'm going to go ahead and do 327 plus 454. Y'all remember all those numbers are significant to me for? That's those are both engine sizes. I used to have a Corvette had a 454 in it, but just the Chevy engines. I've always been kind of a Chevy person. So it's same thing. I just turned my paper sideways really when I did these problems. So when I add 7 plus 4, and you also notice when I turn my paper sideways, I didn't cross my digits over the lines. I kept all my digits in between the lines. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 50 plus 20 plus 10 is 80. I'm putting an 8 in the tens place, that's 80. And then 400 plus 300 is 700. So 781. And the last way, probably the least recommended way, but sometimes you might be working maybe on a assessment or something like that. It's on printed paper or something, or you don't have, maybe you're just using a piece of scratch paper and you don't have any sort of lines like we do on the grid paper or like I do in my composition book. Okay, in that case, we want to go ahead and basically kind of draw a little place value chart. So this is the ones, tens, hundreds. So basically all I do is draw 2 lines there. So I would put, there's 300, 2 tens, 7 ones, plus 4 hundreds, 5 tens, and 4 ones. I draw my line right there. You see I took my time, I drew it nice and neat. That just it helps us not get mixed up on our place value. So 7 plus 4 is 11 again. I'm going to regroup over the tens place. 50 plus 20 plus 10 is 80. And then 300 plus 400 is 700. So 781. So these are some just kind of a review from last year, and I'm just kind of showing you a couple of the strategies that I would like you to use. Preferably use grid paper. Next preference, do line paper. And last situation, if you don't have grid paper, you don't have line paper, you can just go ahead and draw you a place value chart there and put your numbers in the place value chart and then add them up. And that's it.